Bald Nation Adventures. Hey, Bald Nation. Today we've got a little bit of a different kind of adventure today to go on. The car behind me is my son's 2012 Buick Regal GS. And that headlight right there is out. We got to change it. So come along for the ride. We'll see what we get. So these cars have an HID setup, HID headlight setup, which requires a ballast to operate, and they have a tendency to go bad. So we ordered a new ballast. That's the ballast in this particular package. This is just an eBay package that we bought. Comes with new ballast and headlight bulb. New bulb in there. This is the passenger side that we're going to be working on. We've already replaced the driver's side once, and it's still working, and we use this very kit here to replace that. So let's see what happens. Let's take it loose. Let's that come out. Light bulb. Alright, so in order to get this headlight housing out, we've got this bumper cover loose. And to start with, we've got to take this screw out and these two screws out. This one here and this one here. We'll take those out, and we'll be able to pull this loose, be able to pull this back to be able to get to a bolt that's down in there. We'll also be taking 1, 2, 3 screws out, and these are T20s. That's the bit that you need for these screws, T20. We'll be taking those screws out so that we can get behind this bumper cover. We'll have to separate it. We'll have to separate it from the fender here, and there's a bolt back there that we need to get access to. Alright, so we got the screws out of the wheel well, and we carefully separated the bumper cover from the fender here, and that will give us access to the bolts underneath that we need to take off to get this out. So what we need is a 7mm socket, and there's one of those right here, and then there's another one down in this hole here, and then there's, I believe, 1 or 2 down below here. Alright, to get this bolt out, the 7mm here, underneath the bolt is a white washer, something like that, that spins when you try to get it out. So I've got a screwdriver wedged in there to stop that from spinning, so that I can get the bolt the rest of the way out. The screw down here is longer than all the rest, and it was kind of a pain in the butt. Alright, so here we are under the car. These are little push pin connectors. They're 2-piece. The center is the kind of the lock. You gotta get a pry bar or a screwdriver or something underneath that center section and pull it out. You can kind of, don't pull it out all the way, just pull it down, loosen it. If it comes out, that's okay, it'll go back in, but that kind of shrinks it up, and then you can get the connector out. See that? And that, there's 4 of them across the bottom here. We're gonna go ahead and take all 4 out. Okay, so now that the bumper cover is a little bit looser, we've got another 7mm right there, and another one back in under there that I'll show you here when I get to it. Alright, this is going to be interesting to try and get in there so you can see. So there is the elusive last 7mm, I believe. You can see that's the ballast of the light that we're changing right there, right next to it. So I'm going to take that one out and see if that frees this sucker up. Okay, now I believe it's loose. We got those screws out. Now we need to get this wiring harness off. This has got a safety clip on it. You get a pick under here and just kind of pull up gently, and that starts to eject the plug. You take the power off. All right, Harrison's going to pull out the housing. It is free now. This can be done by yourself, but it's a lot easier with 2 people. So that's the ballast, and here we go. 2 screws, and then so that ballast comes out, pops out. When all else fails, rip it. Careful. Place it back in place. Sure it's firmly seated, and then you can 2 screws back in. Right, now we've moved to grass. Keep the light bulb back in there. Okay, so let me show you around on this particular housing that we're dealing with, that you might have similar issues with. Just point them out to you. This here is supposed to have a plastic piece. It's been busted out at some point. This is obviously not the first time this ballast has been changed. It's supposed to look something like that with this this slide here. So the screw, this one for us is for the screw that's deepest in under the headlight, or under the bumper cover. So there's not really any point of me putting that screw back in, because I have nothing to, it's not going to be doing anything. So that makes the reassembly for us a little bit easier. You shouldn't have any issues with it rattling around. We're still going to have 3 points of connection. We're going to have a screw here, and a screw here, and a screw here. So this one shouldn't have any issues with missing that screw. So just thought I'd point that out. And prior to my son buying it, there's supposed to be a cap over this to help prevent condensation from getting inside the housing. Don't be surprised if you have a cap over top of your light bulb in there. Put the headlight back in. You just feed it back into place, easily, carefully, so you don't bust your housing or scratch up your fender. Just kind of get it started in there. Like that, it's in. Yeah, just like that. Easy peasy. We're just going to plug the power back in and we're going to test it. Turn it on, make sure it works before we put everything back together. That way if something's wrong, we don't have to go through. We got a headlight on this side and that side. We got two headlights. Alrighty, so now you just put everything back together in reverse order. And there we go, all buttoned up. Headlights work. Let's take this out for a rip. You guys will ride along.